What is going on? Welcome to a Caleb Sells live stream. For the people on the replay and for the early birds, I want to welcome you in here. I purchased all of JRIDE Flips his shirts. I believe it's all of his shirts. I think he has other clothing items, but I just purchased them all in one big purchase. And today I'm going to unbox all of them today. They came in 3 big boxes, and I also had purchased some from him on Whatnot, which is kind of what prompted us to work out this deal. I saw he was just trying to liquidate stuff, and things were going for just a couple bucks in the Whatnot show. So I figured, hey, maybe I should just buy everything for those same couple bucks, save him the time, and help me get a little bit ahead on my sourcing. So I'd love to say what's up in the chat. We got Eric in here. What's up, man? Razor's here. He's chugging his coffee in the little emoji there. My wife just made me a coffee. Cheers to that. And Christy says hello. What's going on, Christy? All right, I'm going to jump into the first item. This first box right here is what I purchased from him on Whatnot. So you'll see what I was paying. And I paid about between $4.25 and $4.50 per item, all said and done, after we worked out a price for everything. And I think it's going to be close to 250 pieces. Here we have a little J. Crew quilted puffer vest. Now that I'm going to be, ahead on sourcing, I'm going to hold this until the fall time. Or if I need items to list, of course I can list it. Where's a good place to put those items? I want to put those in a separate place, maybe in this bin here. So you guys can't really see, but right here I have a table. I'm going to stack all these up on the table because I'm going to be kind of sorting because I want to make sure all the summer items I'm going to get listed as quickly as possible. Eric's listing. That's my favorite time to hop on a lives while I'm just trying to crank out some listings. Get it done. And Flip Flop Nation's here. What's going on? All right, so first item was a J. Crew puffer vest. I would have to imagine that's about 20 bucks. Hey, we started with a good one. First shirt, a Sims. This is a short sleeve plaid button up. Obviously not the most crazy item in that brand, but hey, I'm not going to complain about a Sims shirt. Has a nice little zip pocket on there. Now, as I'm going, I am going to be doing the buttons if they're not done. I'm hoping on some of the stuff after the Whatnot items, they'll be buttoned because maybe like he had them listed, so maybe he already photographed them. That'd be cool. But I really want to get them laid flat. I'll mess up my camera to show you what I'm kind of doing here. I'm going to lay them flat so that way they can just lay there and start to press all the wrinkles out. And hopefully I won't have to do much work on these guys. This looks like a similar shirt. A Simsler shirt. Another Sims short sleeve button up. Well, this will actually be good. While I'm buttoning buttons, I can catch up on the chat. Wendy says, Happy Victoria Day, everyone. Happy Victoria Day to you, Wendy. Our resident Canadian in the group. Appreciate you being here. Chauncey says, what's up? What's up, Chauncey? What's up, Donan? Panda the Pickers here. Don't think I've ever found Sims before. Yeah, it's a fishing brand. The more fishing specific apparel can do really well. Vented fishing shirts are probably like a $30-ish item if I remember correctly. Haven't found them recently myself. These little short sleeve, more casual, they're not as like technical. Probably a $25 list and then take 20 to 25. And once again, I wasn't expecting to get rich on this deal. Like I'm going to hope that there's lots of really good items in here. But of course, there's going to be just some bread and butter stuff. But you know what? In my own business, I buy bread and butter items all the time. And so what this does is this saves me hours of sourcing. I was doing some math before I got on here. And on my very, very best day where I find the most items in the shortest amount of time, I get roughly 100 items in about 7 hours. So to get these 250 items at the like very, 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 very best case scenario, that would be what? 14, like 20 hours worth of me sourcing. So 20 hours worth of me sourcing to get this hand delivered to me for hopefully bread and butter minimum, but some items are going to be better. Like this, I would say is a better item. This next shirt is a cool button down, KUHL. This almost has like a linen-y chambray texture to it. Now I'm curious of what the material is. Probably just cotton. Yeah. Chauncey says Millennial Prophet gave you a huge shout out today. Shout out to Millennial Prophet. That's my friend Adam. Another great reselling channel, way different from my channel, but I've learned so much from him. Donan says sold a used fishing hat for 28 bucks. Yeah, if the used hats in a brand are selling for 28 bucks, it's probably a decent brand. Chauncey says never see Sims in Southern California. Yeah. Probably just gets bought up quick. I bet you'd see more like deep sea fishing or ocean fishing brands. I think Sims is more like a trout fishing, fly fishing brand. I could be wrong, but yeah, anyway, that's my thought. Wendy says, sold a Sims shacket with a cigarette burn on the sleeve for 50 bucks. Okay, so we're talking about a really good brand here. Here we have a cool wild fiber polo. I just sold a long sleeve t-shirt of the wild fiber line for $26 plus $9 shipping. So I would guess a polo is going to be at least as good as a long sleeve t-shirt. So that's a nice little $25 item, I would guess. Perfect time of year to be selling it. Material feels great. Ninja says he quit selling clothes only. Sorry, late being here. Yeah, JRIDE over the last while has been slowly scaling out of clothing. He still picks up the home runs, obviously, because he sells a little bit of everything. But he was having too many clothing items in his store and hit me up to buy everything. Then we kind of just missed each other, both got busy. And then he did a whatnot to liquidate his shirts. And I was there buying stuff. Nobody else was really buying stuff. So I just messaged him and we got a deal done for all of his shirts, like about 250 items between what I purchased on whatnot and then our wholesale deal. Average buy cost is going to be between $425 and $450. The true number is like $4.30, but I'm guessing that, some of the items might have flaws or things that he missed, just like, when I'm outsourcing, I miss things. So the average cost will go up maybe a few cents because I might have to throw out a couple items or redonate them or whatever else, which I totally expected. So no problem. So far, I'm going over the items I purchased on whatnot. So I'm not as surprised that I'm so stoked about these items because I, was basically hand picking these ones. Here we have a Croft and Barrow quick dry shirt. These have slowed down a little bit from last summer, but this one has an, all over fishing print. So this is going to sell great. This all over fishing print is going to get this sold even quicker and for maybe a little bit more money. Great size of 2XL. So I really can't complain about that one. Once again, these are ones that I purchased on whatnot. So I don't really remember because it was a while ago because I was waiting for all this to come in to do this video. But I'm not surprised that I'm stoked about these items. Blue's here. Good to be on. Hey, glad you're here. Mr. TD, you right. What am I right about? I forget what we're talking about. K-Way in the house. I like your hat. I rotate through my Patagonia hats. Once they get the sweat stains right here, then I open up a new one. I got a little back stock, and then I pulled out a new one so I didn't look like a, look too dirty on camera. I know it's kind of my aesthetic, but Shout out to K-Way Shop, excellent reseller, killing it on social media. Been following him for a super long time. Me and him went full time, I think around the same time we were messaging back and forth on Instagram before I was even close to being on the social media game. But glad you're here, man. Mr. TD says about Sims being for trout, not really deep sea. Yeah. Here we have a Panhandle Slim shirt. Not a brand that I'm like overly stoked about, but this like vintagey, really lightweight. See, I can almost like see through it with the stripes. I think that has enough going for it. I can get this sold quickly. How was everyone's sales this weekend? Let me know your best sale. And if you had like crazy amount or dollar amount of sales, I want to hear that too. I think I sold 47 on eBay for 1900. Pretty good weekend. And then I think 8 items on Poshmark. All right. Next item here. Okay, another quick dry. Sorry. This one is long sleeve, but once again, it has these little fishing lures on it. So gonna sell great. Anything that you can find that has like a high sell-through rate, and then you start adding little details and features to just make it a little bit more valuable, a little bit more valuable. This is size 2XL. It's the long sleeve version. So it's going to sell better. K-Way Shop says, appreciate that. Keep up the good work. I'm on the grind like you, man. Appreciate that. Chauncey says, weekend was slow. Best sale was OJ Simpson Bills jersey for $70. Hey, I don't know if I sold anything. I think I only had one sale over $70. So it's pretty good. Miss Lachey's here. Hey, Miss Lachey. All right, I might have to button these another time because when I'm buttoning them, I'm just going too slow. I don't want to bore you guys. So I'll just try to lay them really flat and then move on to the next one. I got 2 more huge boxes over here. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail on your way in, but 3 huge boxes, and I'm going through 1 small box right now that I sourced on Whatnot from JRIDE. That's what we're going through now. Okay, this is a lot, I think. Oh. Yeah, so we have a Brooks Brothers, more like a dress shirt or so. This is a Brooks Brothers 346, which is a line that I do pick up when it's cheap with the casual sizing, not the dress sizing. Here's another Brooks Brothers shirt with dress sizing and another Brooks Brothers shirt with dress sizing. So when we're talking about neck size, 16.5, 14.5, 17, that's neck size. That's going to be dress shirt sizing. Casual sizing is going to be small, medium, large, you know, your typical sizes. I'm going to set those off to the side. Blue says, sold a Frank and Eileen shirt dress for $125, picked up for $1. I'll drink my coffee to that. That's awesome. Wendy sold some Lululemon ABC pants for $65 US. That's an excellent size though, 42-36. That's super long inseam. Really good size. Crow says, JRIDE quit selling clothes. Wow, you are fortunate because he got good stuff. I think this is just the shirts, but when I open it, you know, I won't complain if there's other really good stuff in there. But I think this is just the shirts, but he is trying to scale back, quit selling clothing. He was talking about it on his podcast that he's trying to get out of clothing, and I ramped up clothing when me and him were recently at like a very similar point. So different business models for different people. I can't find the hard goods that he finds in his area. So if I focus on hard goods, I'd be broke. Terry says 18 sales for $579. Excellent job. That's great. Crow says, I'm selling winter stuff. Just sold a ski jacket, puffer vest, and sweaters. I guess it's cold in some places, and the mountains are always cold. Yeah, I've been selling a fair share of winter stuff, but of course my polos and golf shorts is what's moving fastest right now. Pablo says, hey Caleb, looks like you need to air those shirts out a bit. They're pretty wrinkled. Yeah, it's kind of my fault because I just let them sit because excuse me, because I was waiting for these other boxes to come in. Anytime you buy wholesale clothing, they're going to be kind of smashed up a little bit just because you got to stuff them in the boxes to maximize your space. So that's why I'm trying to lay it out right here. I have like a table right here. As the stack gets up, you guys will be able to see it. But just trying to lay them flat so some of the wrinkles can press out. Here we have a vintage Tommy Hilfiger like golf pullover windbreaker. Not something I would pick up, but I think I paid $1 for this. So I'll pick it up for $1. I wouldn't pay more than $1 for it. And is this the same thing? Yep. Okay, this is a FootJoy. Same thing, little golf windbreaker pullover. Been selling these like crazy, honestly, right now. So that's really good timing. Okay, so those are all the items that I hand-picked. Okay, and I mentioned this earlier. This has a stain right here in the middle. When you're buying wholesale, you have to expect that other people are going to miss flaws just like you do. Like how many of us have bought something at the thrift store, gotten home, and has a stain on it? It happens. It's going to happen to JRIDE. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to all of us. So that's why I was saying my cost of goods is probably going to be more like $450. Excuse me. But that being said, this isn't totally trash just because it has a little stain on there. This will still sell for $15 even with that stain. Make a little bit on the shipping. Still make my $10 on that using the average buy cost. But if we call that, $1 or $2, which is what I bid on the actual Whatnot show, decent profit, $1 into $15 plus shipping. All right, that was the Whatnot. Now we're getting into the next box. I'm gonna open it up here. I will say, if you are buying wholesale, where's my camera? I'll bring it over here. If you are buying wholesale clothing or selling wholesale clothing, make sure you are really careful with how it's packaged. It seems like, oh, it's just clothing. It can't really get damaged. But these boxes got absolutely shredded by UPS. Okay, look at this box here. There's a huge hole in the corner. So all that stuff, could potentially get damaged. The other boxes had holes that were so big that I wasn't sure if items fell out. So it seems like a pretty easy thing to do, just like ship a bunch of clothes, but you really got to go crazy on the tape, which he did. Utah to Ohio is just a hike. Okay, I see sweaters, so maybe we didn't get just shirts, or maybe sweaters counted as shirts in his calculation. But I wouldn't complain. Flip Flop had a slow weekend, 7 sales for $200. You'll get it next weekend. You got to bounce back. Get some listings up this week, and you got this. Mr. TD says, how do your sales break up percentage-wise between eBay, Mercari, and Posh? I would say this month, 90% eBay, 10% Poshmark, 0% everything else. I'm just now starting to get back into listing on Poshmark because of a new software that I'm using, Autoposher. It is the best cross-listing software by a mile. The AI integration, the automation, it's so much more set it and forget it. It doesn't have the random glitches. So I was ready to quit cross-listing, and that program kind of got me back into it. So if you do want to check it out, I do have a referral code in the description. But yeah, their software is miles ahead of the other ones I've used. So that being said, I don't have all my listings cross-listed to Poshmark, and I don't have any listings on Mercari, so pretty much all eBay. Here we have a vintage Columbia fishing shirt, it looks like, with these really cool, like almost cargo pockets on the front. It's a cool little item. I don't really know how much that's worth. I don't really pick up something like that typically. And it has like a 3/4 sleeve almost. It's definitely super old, so I don't know if that's a good item or not. Have you guys sold those? This looks like, oh, okay. Here's a good one. So all this stuff I've never seen, so just my live reaction. Little Harley shirt. Of course, there's no like, okay, there is a little logo here on the front, so that's sweet. That little logo will be key in getting that sold, because people that buy Harley, they don't want it to say Harley on the inside. They want it to say Harley on the outside. They want people to know that they ride their Harley. Here is a New Tags shirt. The brand is Tune Views. I'm gonna guess this is worth nothing, but that's just a guess. I'll look it up before it gets discarded. Okay, this is pretty cool. Here we have a vintage sweater, a sailing like lighthouse sweater. That's pretty sweet. It is like a t-shirt, so I guess this is still a shirt. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool. What are some good keywords for that? Like hand knit. Okay, here we have a Straight Down, which is a golf brand, made in USA, Hawaiian shirt. Feels like silk to me. Let's see if it says here. %100% rayon. Either way, nice little pattern here. We have another Hawaiian shirt. An original Avanti. Never heard of this brand. I never find Hawaiian shirts in Ohio. This one has a lady on the back, so that's probably going to make it sell. Avanti, is that a sweet brand for Hawaiian shirts? I've never heard of it, but I don't ever find or look up or know anything about Hawaiian shirts. Okay, here we have a vintage Wrangler cowboy cut, long tails, made in USA pearl snap. Nice little bread and butter. 20, 25. It's nice that it's long tails, short sleeve, it's in season. It's pearl snap. Those ones sell a little better. Cowboy cut, made in USA. All things I'm going to put in the title or description to get that sold quicker. So that's great. 5 into 20. I'm happy about that. Here we have a Travis Matthew polo. This is size large. One of my great friends really likes Travis Matthew, and he wears size large. So I will pull this for him and see if he wants it. Get a nice quick sale, cash sale, really fast. Chauncey says Mercari has a free cross-listing tool. I heard it doesn't work, but I have not tried it myself. Like I heard it doesn't do a great job. Probably doesn't do auto delist either. So auto posher, when something sells on any of those platforms, it takes it off all the other platforms, very automated, which is why I'm willing to even cross-list anymore. When I had to manually delist, I quit cross-listing because it just takes too much time. Panda found a sold for the sweater. Cool. Let's go check it out. Kid core as another one for that. Another keyword. Excuse me. Here we have a vintage Tommy piece. I like that it has the flag and the spell out. So just the style on that alone, you can probably sell that for about at least 15 to 20, I'd say. It's hot in the garage, guys. It's finally warm here in Ohio. We have a super dry polo, size 2XL. I've never picked up this brand. I don't know if that's good or not. Never picked it up. Okay, we have 54 people in here. If you're just now joining and tuning in, JRIDE and I worked out a deal for me to buy all of his shirts. It ended up being about 250 items at about $4.25 to $4.50 a piece. And right now I'm just unboxing them and showing you guys what I got for that price. If I know what it is off the top of my head, I'll tell you guys what I sell them for. If I don't, I won't make up numbers, or I'll guess and let you know that it's a guess. Here we have a vintage Jansen polo. I sold vintage Jansen sweaters, but never the polos. And I see a mark on this one. So it's going to go in the pile of needs additional care. Where should I put that pile? Maybe another bin. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Mercari does not delist. AutoPosture does the delisting for me. It also is a eBay and Poshmark virtual assistant, and it's cloud-based, so my computer doesn't have to be running to use it. So I'm very impressed with the software. Jen Emissions here. What's up? Avanti Hawaiian shirt sold, comps look solid. Good pickup. Hey, that's great. And it had a lady on it too. I'm sure that helps the value because people, want to wear a lady on their shirt, I guess. Mr. TD says, do all your pickups sell, or do you occasionally redonate to Goodwill? I've never actually redonated to Goodwill. I've just discounted until it sells. So some of this stuff, because I didn't hand pick it, I might redonate it before I list it. But once something is listed, I've never redonated it to Goodwill. Here we have a FootJoy polo, size XL. Brand has fallen off quite a bit, but I am not going to complain about one of my bread and butter brands that I sell nearly every day. I do see some stains on the front here, so I'll put that in the needs work pile. So for the stains, what I do is I spray the stain, I scrub it with a brush, and then I put it in a pile. And then when that pile gets big enough, I take that and I put it into an oxy soak in my washing machine, and then wash it with OxyClean detergent and Dawn dish soap. Here we have another vintage Hawaiian shirt. It says Reserve Collection. It is made in USA and has this cool wraparound print on it. So I think the print can probably sell that one. Don't really know that brand or that style. Once again, Hawaiian shirts are not my specialty here in Ohio. No one here is thinking about the beach. I can tell you that. Well, actually, they're thinking about the beach, but they can't, dress for the beach. Because there ain't no beaches here. Good to see you, bro. Been recovering from a surgery I had a few weeks ago, but getting back to work. God is good. Yes, he is. And I'm glad you're able to get back to work, and I hope your recovering is going well. Thanks for being here. Wendy says, I would take it to Plato's first, then donate. Absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't just donate off the rip. Might as well go get a little bit. A little KYS Hawaiian shirt. If somebody is a Hawaiian shirt expert, I need Daddy Judd in here to tell me if these are good or not. I have no idea about Hawaiian shirts. But this is the time to sell them, so I'm going to put them right here. Stack them up. I'm going to list these things quickly. This has all the little islands on it, so maybe that is, a print people would appreciate. I was thinking about doing a video of photographing and listing 100 items in one day, or maybe even more than that, to do something crazy. So let me know if you guys want to see that video. Should I live stream it? Should I just make a video about it? I don't know. I was thinking, because I got all these items, I might as well just list a bunch of them in one shot. Okay, here's another Hawaiian shirt. I'm not going to try to say the brand because I'll sound silly. Also, I made a friend on Instagram, Hawaiian Picker. He could probably help me with if any of these are good. He's the Hawaiian shirt expert because he lives in Hawaii. This looks like a Tommy Bahama print. Oh, Jamaican Jacks. Basically same thing. Size 2XL, 100% silk. The print on it's pretty basic, but with the bigger sizes, I think that'll still be all right. Get it sold quick. I have another one in size XL, Jamaican Jacks. Another 100% silk. Did I say that? The last one? It was 100% silk. Here's another Jamaican Jacks. Pattern's pretty cool on this one. Like a little magenta color. Pink, red. If any of those are the same size, you know what? With these shirts, I really should pay attention to which ones I have duplicates of and what sizes, because I should do some lots, because that will help me get my money back quicker. So I just thought of that. I should totally do that. Here's another Jamaican Jacks. This one's size medium. Nice palm print on there. Beach buy and repeats here. How's it going? Chauncey says KYS would be a no. It is a Hawaii. It's a Hawaii brand. Panda the Picker, how many items do you photo per hour on average? I do about 2 minutes at a relaxed pace, so 30 per hour. I usually don't do 30 straight because I get batches of 20 and try to do it in 30 minutes, try to rush and do it in 30 minutes. Now I usually fall a little short because that's fast for me. Miss Lachey says, I always look for Hawaiian shirts during the warm months, but don't find a lot. Rain Spooner is a quick mover. Some others are Kahala, Tora Richard, Polo, and vintage ones. Yeah, I'm hoping some of these vintage ones I can sell just based on style and keywords. And I think you mentioned that down here with the right size, right material, and cool prints. Chauncey says Hawaiian shirt market was hot 10 years ago. So I need a time machine. And Jamaican Jack sells at Costco. Yeah. I didn't know it sold at Costco, but I know it's not an amazing brand. So that's why I'm looking to maybe lot some of these up. And here's another one, size 2XL. So I'm still going to put these in the pile because they need to kind of de-wrinkle a little bit. Excuse me. But I think I'm going to be doing some lots. Here's a Jamaican Jacks Polo, size 2XL. I don't know if those are better or worse than the Hawaiian shirts. I would say probably not as good as the Hawaiian shirts, if I had to guess. Really big stain on that one, which is unfortunate. Maybe that's where the hole in the box was. And another Jamaican Jacks. This one's kind of a basic print. Actually, the pattern's a little more intricate than I thought now that I'm seeing it here. It's kind of got some geometric sections with the palm trees and whatnot. Vintage Antigua Polo. Probably not worth too much. On the sleeve, it says yellow. Anybody know what that is? Is that anything good? I'm guessing just random. But it's super old, so maybe I'll put true vintage in the title. If I can date that back to like the 60s or 70s. Here we have Ruddock shirts. I've never heard of this brand. No idea if it's good or not. It must be like a Western brand because I see it's pearl snaps, kind of has the yoke coming down over the shoulder. Terry says yellow is a trucking company. Okay, so yeah, nothing major. Mr. TD, any rule of thumb as far as sizes to avoid in general? I don't really pick up extra small unless it is like a really, really killer brand. But I would say bigger the better typically. We have a Carhartt Polo, size 2XL. This is from the Force line. I would pick this up for $5, most likely. Probably a $20 sale, but once again, perfect time to be selling that, and I can sell that quick for $20. Got to keep the coffee going so I can have the energy to get through this. Still have the two biggest boxes. Haven't even opened them. I'm only halfway through the first box, so I got to speed up here. Here we have a Vince Polo. Brand's fallen off quite a bit. But these are the items I don't mind picking up in wholesale because they still have somewhat of a value. And I can sell this quick based on keywords and the metrics in my store. Here we have a big 3X Columbia fishing shirt. Only bummer is it has this, I think, paint on it. Some paint on it. But this big size, and as long as it's in good structural condition, probably a good $20 there. With the mark, $15, most likely. With the paint mark on there. Here's the size large Columbia fishing shirt. This one's plaid, which will help the sell-through rate. A PFG. I don't see any. I do see a little bit of fish guts on that one. Fried denim. Anybody heard of this brand? Not something I picked up before. Does have like a interesting material to it. So, kind of curious. Premium denim collection. It's not denim though, it's just a button-up shirt, so not sure if that's good. Here's a Tommy Bahama Nua tags. This is probably the best item so far. Nua tags, Tommy Bahama. I do see a little bit of a mark there. Can you guys see that on the back? Like right here. I don't know if that's just like a wrinkle or if that's like a oil stain or what, but either way, new with tags, Tommy Bahama. Probably the best item we've got so far. Retail price on it is $110. So that'll probably sell decent. I would say I'll sell that for $40. So that gets me a nice chunk back. We probably made it to the Tommy Bahama section because I just pulled out another Tommy Bahama. This one's size XL, 100% silk. Muted colorway. I do see a stain on the front of that one though. Can you wash silk in the washing machine? Can I just treat that one like normal? Okay, here we have, I would say this is one of the better Tommy Bahamas. It's got a nice pattern on it. It's dark colored, 100% silk. This is one I would definitely pick up for that $4 or $5 mark at the thrift store. That's a nice one. All right, here we have a linen and silk Tommy Bahama. Linen and silk Tommy Bahama. Short sleeve button up. Has some geometric embroidery on the front. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that on a Tommy Bahama. So that'll probably be pretty decent. Honestly, at this point, if I see a Tommy Bahama or something like that I've never seen before, you know, it's probably a little more rare just because I see them so often. Here's a little Tommy Bahama polo. It's not the performance line, but the polos I think actually sell better than most other items in Tommy Bahama just because they're less saturated. I do see there's a little hole in the bottom now that I'm looking at it. Couple little holes in the bottom. So that might just have to go to like a Plato's pile like Wendy was suggesting. Here we have a Tommy Bahama polo, size medium. It's like 100% cotton, which I don't know if I've ever seen 100% cotton. It's got the big embroidered logo there on the chest. Another oil stain though. Do people that wear Tommy Bahama like to drip their food on their clothes? I'm sensing a theme. All right, here's a 2XL Tommy Bahama polo. This is a good one. This is something I would pick up at the thrift store. Just based on size, 2XL. It has more of a performance-y material. It's polyester, spandex, viscose. Is that how you say that word? Viscose. Viscose. Wendy says, I would spray Full X on a Q-tip and get the stain out that way. Silk tends to get a ring around it when wet. Okay. And sometimes they'll say washable silk, and I have seen that. So probably not the regular ones. Probably shouldn't just chuck those in the washer. Here is a Supima cotton polo. This is a good line in Tommy Bahama for the polos. Once again, this is not like a home run, but if you sell volume clothing, you pick this up for under $5. I would definitely pick these up for under $5. List them for 25. Try to sell it for 20 or more. And here's another one, brown. Brown will probably sell pretty well, to be honest. I am finding marks or stains on almost every one of these pieces, though. So hopefully that's not a theme throughout every box. Let's hope that. Here's 100% rayon Hawaiian shirt. Has the nice little logo mixed into the pattern. So I think this one will actually sell pretty well. More of that Hawaiian shirt style. This one's got the guy's name written in the back, so you know he's serious about Tommy Bahama. Panda, these are all from JRIDE. So the first one was from JRIDE's Whatnot show, and then these are all just everything else that JRIDE was selling. All of his shirts. Okay, here's a nice Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirt. The tag is cut on this one. Looks about size large, I would say. But good pattern on this one. Obviously, the ones with the good patterns are going to sell pretty well this time of year. Another Tommy Bahama. Really good print on this one. It's got like a window pane plaid background with the floral front. Huge stains on the front, though. You guys see that? Is that showing up on camera? Like there's like a coffee stain and then there's like a pink highlighter stain. Bummer. It's a bummer when it's on a good piece. Because you hate to see the good pieces just, you know, they're not going to be worth much with the stain. This one looks clean. Really cool print on this one. Size XL. Yeah, I like the print on that one. It's really like bold. It's got like the print, but then the print is like outlined with like a drop shadow. Okay, here is the Tommy Bahama Island Zone polo. This is another good little bread and butter piece. Like if you're picking these up under $5, does have a bleach mark on the back though. But I'm not going to be able to get that out, you know, obviously. So just going to have to sell it as is. Normally I list these for like 25, like I said, and take 20. With a bleach mark, you know, maybe just sell it for 10 plus shipping. I don't know. Okay, this is a good one. This is the Island Modern Fit. When you see it has like the style name underneath the tag, that's usually a good indication that it's going to be a better model. That one has like a nice vibrant color to it. So that will be good. I don't see any stains so far. Oh, this one does have like a company logo on it. I've never seen a I'd never seen a company logo on a Hawaiian shirt. Okay, this is a really good one. Hopefully this one doesn't have any stains on it. Here we have a Island Zone 3XL with this geometric all over print. This is a really good one. I'll probably list this one for 30, maybe 35. Resale Brothers in the house. Shout out to you guys. You guys should go follow them on YouTube. They're killing it. They've already done like $300,000 in sales this year. That's crazy. Here we have a 2XLB. Tommy Bahama Island Zone. I love the bigger sizes in the performance polos. So that's another really good one with the geometric print. One little snag in the fabric there, but I think that one will still sell for about $20. Here we have a long sleeve polo. Just a basic. I do see a little bleach stain on the front. The bleach stains are rough because you can't get bleach stain out of that. Here we have, this is like a sweater almost. It's like thicker than like a typical polo. Silk and cotton. Long sleeve polo sweater. I'll probably list it as like a sweater, but obviously put like golf and polo in the title because it's like heavier weight. It's more knit. Here we have a fleece jacket, little pullover. Never really found Tommy Bahama fleece. So I have no idea how well that sells. Oh, that's a good one to put in the, not list it right now. I'm going to have to list these Hawaiian shirts like ASAP. Get these listed now. Okay, cut tag on this Tommy Bahama, but really cool pattern. Really cool pattern on this. I'm guessing large, extra large, somewhere in there. One thing I might do on something like that is I will Google Lens that pattern and see if I can get the exact shirt pulled up so that way I can get either the size chart to figure out the size or at least get like the material content so I can figure out if it's silk or it kind of felt like cotton, but maybe it's silk. I don't know. All right, this one is silk and tencel. Just a striped button down. One of the basics. But once again, in the wholesale, I don't really wholesale deal. I don't really mind getting basics in brands that I sell all the time because I'm really good at selling those bread and butter items because I sell them all the time in my store. So I'm not expecting every single one of these to be like a geometric all over print, blah, blah, blah. Like when you buy everything, you have to buy the bad items with the good. Now we did have a run there where there was a lot of stained, bleached items in a row. So I'm hoping that's not a theme throughout all of it. But even so far, like if we can, make it more few and far between those flawed items, like I'm expecting there to be not a huge amount, but not every item to be perfect. And I said that at the beginning, if you were here early, that's just how it goes. I miss items with flaws at the thrift store. Everybody will. This looks like a Tommy Bahama. I've never seen this tag. It's almost like a dress shirt kind of style. Oh, you know what? This might be women's. The buttons are on the men's side, so it's men's. It's not women's. For some reason, I got my lefts and my rights confused. All right, here we have a Columbia fleece. Full zip. Looks like these elastic things are stretched out. What I might do is if the elastic things are stretched out, what I'll sometimes do is just cut it and then pull them out. So that way it's not like an eyesore when you look at the photo. See how they're like dangling? Just cut it and remove it. And then I'll just put in the listing like, whatever, what do you call that? Trailhead, JRIDE quit selling clothing because he wanted to focus more on hard goods and electronics. So he sold me all of his shirts. in a wholesale deal. Here we have an Indian Madras plaid J. Crew shirt. I wonder if this is linen. Just cotton. I sell these for about 20 bucks. So I'm fine with that. Okay, one box down. That was the smaller box. Okay, here we have a J. Crew shirt. But this one is really cool. It has like the different multicolored patchwork, color block, all that good stuff. I think that's a cool piece. I think that'll sell really well. Really will, like, it's eye-catching for the photo. It'll stand out. Okay, now I'm gonna open the next box. Now, this is how the box arrived to me with this huge hole in it. So I'm hoping that it's not too bad. Nothing's damaged inside. I don't think so. But you don't want to see that size hole when you open up a box of inventory for sure. All right. Let's catch up on the chat here. You went there. No, I'm just saying that I already expected there to be items with flaws on it, because even when I'm sourcing, I miss flaws when I'm at the thrift store. So when I buy wholesale, I'm expecting that some of those items are not going to be perfect. So my expectations were low. I was just mentioning we hit a streak there where it was like a bunch of items in a row. If we can go back to it being 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, then we'll be perfectly fine. Jen Admission says, reminds me of a Polo Ralph Lauren piece. Yeah, I've sold that same shirt in Brooks Brothers and in Vineyard Vines and in Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a very popular style for that color block. Tam's here. Hey, Tam. She was asking if the J. Crew shirt was vintage. It did seem to have an older tag, but I'm not really familiar with J. Crew vintage. Cam says, that's how my PS5 came when they first released, a huge hole in the box. That's crazy to have that kind of item with a huge hole in the box. That would be terrifying. Miss Lachey says, what do you consider a good deal per piece for wholesale shirts? Well, I paid $4.50, and I was expecting my average sales price for these shirts to be $20 plus shipping. So for me, that's still making about $10 per item. And I would say doubling your money. Well, doubling, yeah, $10 profit. So I'm paying about $5 to make $10 profit. You're not going to find many wholesale deals where you can make that much margin. So I think if you can buy something for $5 and sell it for $20 and buy that in bulk and get items that sell quickly, which that's kind of my job with this kind of basic clothing stuff, selling it quickly. I think that's a pretty good deal, because you're going to make a little bit more than $10 per item. And I think at the beginning, I was mentioning that this would take me about 20 hours, excuse me, to source this many items on my very best sourcing day. So probably realistically more like 30 hours, if I'm not counting my normal sourcing days, to get this many items. So you have to factor in the time that I'm saving. Sea Monkey says, He thought he sold it to you wholesale for the hole in the box. That's clever. Resale brothers completely agree with the wholesale numbers. Great advice. Yeah, you have to lower your expectations when you're buying wholesale, because if you could just go out and buy wholesale of 500% ROI items, buy it in bulk, have it delivered to your house, never work for it at all. Even for me and JRIDE to complete this deal, like we had to build trust with each other, from me having social media, being consistent, having conversations with him for the last 6 months or so. All those things go into wholesale. And so if it was just easy to just press a button and get 250 $35 items for $5 a piece, everyone would do it, and then they wouldn't be worth that, or it wouldn't, like, then the prices would have to go up. So to pay $5 and get an average sales price of $20, I think is honestly a killer deal, and save all that time. Because if I value my time, say I value my time at, on the low end, $30 an hour, for excuse me, to save 20 hours even for $30 an hour, that's a huge investment into my business that I'm saving. Kenny, I got 250 pieces, roughly. I bought, like, I think he said it was 232, but that was just based on what he had listed. So I don't know if it's going to be slightly less or slightly more. And then I bought some from his Whatnot stream on top of that. Okay, we're still in the Tommy Bahama section. Here we have a black silk all over print. I just sold one of these for $20 like 2 days ago. Same size. I'll sell similar off my listing, and I won't even have to change anything other than the photos. Sold that exact item for 20 bucks. So if we can just do that 250 times, we'll be in business. Here we have a Tory Richard silk shirt. Do you guys think Tommy Bahama is better, or Tory Richard is better? What's up, Josh? This has some pilling on it, but I think my little fabric shaver will take it off quick. Only add like 2 seconds. Got to be careful using the fabric shaver on silk, though. Kenny says, solid deal if you trust his picking. Well, that's one thing, is I was in his Whatnot show before, so I had a somewhat of an idea of the items he was selling. And then when I messaged him, I asked him, like, are we talking about these are items better or worse? And he said that, obviously there's going to be some that are that level, some that are really good, and there's going to be some that aren't as good. So that's just how it goes with wholesale. You got to take the good with the bad, and that's, why you have to lower your expectations. Here's a Quicksilver Waterman Hawaiian shirt with an all-over print. This used to be more of a bolo than it is now. I wouldn't really go out of your way to get this, but for $5, that's one that I'm more than pleased with. I know I can sell that for 20 or more. People are saying Tory Richard is better. So Tory Richard is better than Tommy Bahama. Okay, here's the tag on this one. What does that say? Kennington? Kennington. Never heard of it. Nice little wraparound print Hawaiian shirt. Feels kind of high quality. What's the material? Oh, just polyester. Maybe I'm just used to feeling these silk ones over and over again. Just feels different. Okay, here we have a John Severson Kahala. So I know that Kahala is a little bit better as well. This one is cotton and linen. Nice little all over print there. I think this will be a good one. I thought I saw a stain because I am looking for that more now, since we had a few on the other Hawaiian shirts, but this just has like a print, like a background print put into it. What's up, Heaven Sent? Got about 230 to 250 pieces, like Miss Lachey said there. Paid about we'll call it $450 now that we know that a couple I won't be able to fix. Here's another Hawaiian shirt. This looks vintage. Never heard of that brand. Once again, I'm seeing tons of Hawaiian shirts, which is funny because like that's the one men's category I just am a total beginner with because I never find them here in Ohio. Go Barefoot. Excuse me. Another Hawaiian shirt. Okay, this is like a quarter button and it's reverse print. So like it's darker on the inside than it is on the outside. What's the keyword for the buttons that only go down halfway on the Hawaiian shirts? What's the keyword for that? Got another Kahala with a pineapple print. Pineapple print sells, people. Google at your own risk. Pop over. Thanks, Yumbo. Shout out to him. Island Republic. I'm guessing this is not that great of a brand, but it's 100% silk with a good pattern, so I'm going to get 15 out of that for sure. Big Kanaka. Is that good? I don't know. Cool colors on that one. Yumbo wants to know why I look sad today. Do I look sad? Can anyone else confirm? Do I look sad? I don't know. I don't feel sad. Maybe I'm just thirsty and need more coffee. I'm all better now. All right. Here we have a Tory Richard. Oh, we got a good little embroidery on the back. What do these go for in Tory Richard with the embroidery on the back? I'm guessing that's pretty good. Maybe 30? Can I get 30 for the embroidery on the back, the martini glass? Okay, this is a bummer. This is where the box ripped. And there's dirt on the outside. So that's a bummer because, you know, that's not JRIDE's fault. But the box ripped, and now this has big stains on it. Which is probably one of the better pieces we've had so far. Here's this brand, Batik Bay. I'm guessing this is not that amazing of a brand because I've seen this even in Ohio. If it's a good brand, then I should have been picking it up for like years. But that's a really good print on it. Panda says I'm sad because the box ripped. And Miss Lachey says you'll get some good velocity in your store with several Hawaiian shirts listed. Yeah, if I do that thing where I was mentioning like listing 100 items in one day or something, if I did like all Hawaiian shirts, first of all, I'd go faster because I could just keep selling similar off the exact same item. But also, you know, I'm going to get some Hawaiian shirt traffic to my store. Here we have a Piranha. Little all over print, short sleeve button down. Tory Richard. This one has a school on it, maybe? CPCU Society. Is that something? It says ensuring your success. So probably an insurance company. I don't know. Here's an RJC Hawaiian shirt, but it has like Hawaiian beers on it. So that'll probably, have some value if I had to guess, just because mixing Hawaiian shirts with alcohol seems to increase the value. Here we have another Tory Richard. Is this yep, a popover. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce these words, so I'm just going to show you guys the tag. Have to do some research on that. No idea what that is. It has like ducks on it. It's like a Hawaiian shirt, but with ducks instead of like oceany things. Here we have another Kahala. Really cool pattern on that. That'll be a good one. It says Kahala Suns on it. I wonder if that helps or hurts the value. I kind of wish I could unbox something other than Hawaiian shirts, because then I could like tell you guys something. I could teach a little bit. I just really don't know much about Hawaiian shirts. So I'm like leaning on you guys. Glad you guys are here to help me. Howie. A Howie Hawaiian shirt. That one's cool. It's got like sailboats and islands on it. Bamboo K. Is that a good brand? No idea. This is like a polo. Nice little all over print. Is this Birds of Paradise? Right? I think that's what that plant is. Here's another Bamboo K polo. Okay. Anybody that's really into Hawaiian shirts? I'm just afraid to even try to pronounce these words for fear of just sounding really dumb. That is a really cool pattern, though. That one looks like a vintage Hawaiian shirt. Hopefully it's something cool. Jade Fashions Hawaiian shirt. I'm guessing that's like a no-name brand. Anything with fashion in it, I'm hesitant. Chauncey Williams says no, yes. So there you go. Pineapple Moon Hawaiian shirt. This one might be women's. Yep, this one's women's. Pineapple Moon. Bamboo K Hawaiian button-up shirt has 50% sell-through rate. I have 2 polos. So hopefully polos are a little bit better than that. But honestly, 50% sell-through rate, I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with 50% sell-through rate. Polo shirts are less desired from my experience. Hopefully, we can get them sold. 5 a piece. Heaven sent, I paid like $430, but I figured I would have to throw out a couple items from like stains and flaws and stuff. So I was saying like $450 to $5. Kenny, no Gloria Vanderbilt. I sent it all to Bo Johnson. Send it all to him. Anybody know this brand? Some of these tags, like they look really cool to me, but then I'm realizing all of these have a very similar tag, so they're probably not all good. But I do like that this one has a nice all over print. Art sold a Rain Spooner reverse print last week for $100. I haven't pulled out any Rain Spooner yet, and I would be stoked if I do, but I wouldn't expect it. That probably would have already sold in his store if he had them. This is the same brand. Does this say Ray Nani? Ray Nani? I gotta reach out to the Hawaiian picker on Instagram because he really knows Hawaiian shirts so well. He could probably help me out really fast. Okay. ODO? Is this something? Never heard of that. This is like a mesh see-through shirt. Actually feels really cool. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything other than Hawaiian shirts so that I can be helpful to you guys, because I don't even know what a lot of this stuff is. Here's a Croft & Barrow quick dry shirt, size large. It is long sleeve. I haven't really noticed a difference between the short sleeve and the long sleeve in regards to sales. But I will always take those because I know how to sell those. And here's another one in size 4XB. Excellent size for this one. This one's short sleeve. Once again, like $5 is like the max that you really want to be spending on those, but they do sell pretty quick. And here's another one, size medium, but it does have a nice plaid print to it. So hopefully that will get it sold quick. Here we have the dreaded Polo Ralph Lauren cotton polo. Just kidding. This one actually has a really cool pattern on it. So hopefully I can get this sold. These do get saturated and can sit for quite a while. But hopefully the combination of those colors, I can get that sold before it gets stale. All right, I'm still here. I'm just digging around in this box a little bit. Looking for some things other than Hawaiian shirts because I don't really know much about Hawaiian shirts. I want to be able to give you guys some other stuff. Here we have a Wrangler Riggs workwear Henley. Looks like a big size. Size tag's worn off, but looks like a big size. Okay, it's probably a 2XL because there's another 2XL one right near it. Unfortunately, I do see stains on both of those. Not something I would pick up for $5, but something I can definitely sell for 15. These little workwear Henleys. Not little, it's size 2XL. But once again, when you buy wholesale, you got to take the good with the bad, the things that you would pick up, the things that you wouldn't pick up. So if I can take 5, turn it into $15. Here we have a Ralph Lauren dress shirt. Once again, probably not something I would pick up, but I have sold these plenty of times and in perfect condition with the blue color. You know, people use these for work to wear to the office. So I can definitely get that sold relatively quickly. Okay, this is really cool. Here we have a Mountain Hardwear rain jacket. This nice blue color. This is one of Yumbo's favorite brands. For himself, not to resell, I think. He just thinks it's cool, which I also do. Women's small, but this is a good time of year to sell a rain jacket like that because it's lightweight. It's not really to keep you warm. It's just to keep you dry when you're out like hiking and stuff. A nice little waterproof jacket from a good outdoor brand. Really can't complain about that. Here we have a Woolrich fleece full zip jacket. Vintage Gant button up. You probably bought this based on the style because it kind of has that Wrangler look. But I've never even looked that up. I guess I just assumed it wasn't good. So maybe I'm missing out. Signum. Never heard of it. Okay, here we have a Peter Millar. This is 100% cotton, which I wouldn't pick up normally, but it does have a pretty cool houndstooth pattern on it. So I think that'll be all right. I'll be able to sell that for about 20 bucks. Might take a while. Where did you get your hat from? I think I got it from Dick's when they had one of their like clearance sales. I got a few different ones. You would think Jake lives in Hawaii. Yeah, he lives in Utah. Miss Lachey says, luckily workwear can sell with stains, but I would buy at the bins only. Yeah, I agree. I love selling workwear for that purpose because it doesn't always have to be in perfect condition. I mentioned that when I was talking about Carhartt in my top 10 men's clothing brands video. Doesn't always have to, be in perfect condition to sell really well. Wendy says maybe lot the Wrangler rigs together. That's a great idea. I need to do that with probably a lot of these items and lot them by size because that's going to be the best way to get through these items quickly. Heaven sent, do you think you got your money's worth? Well, I still have a ton left to go through. I did hit a stretch there where I kind of had a lot of items with stains, but I still have a really good stack of items that I think I can sell for 15 to 20 bucks. I don't know if you're here when I was talking about like my thought process, but if I can take $5 into $20 and do that, 200 times from this deal, I'll be great. Okay, here we have another Peter Millar. This one doesn't have that crazy of a pattern. It is 100% cotton, so those are going to be slower sellers, but I can still sell that. Here's a Peter Millar, but this is a linen blend. That's going to help the value and the sell-through rate on this one. Here we have a Bugatti shirt. This brand's fallen off pretty hard. Does have the flip cuff. And it's pretty colorful. So I'm hoping that I can get that sold quickly. Here we have another Bugatti. This one says super fine cotton and has a paisley pattern. So this one's probably pretty good. Paisley in all of these kind of like mid-level brands, paisley is the pattern that sells the best. So I'm happy with that. Here's another Bugatti with the plaid flip cuff. This one's size 2XL. Hopefully that will help it sell a little bit quicker. Okay, we got a black, like check plaid Bugatti with a white flip cuff. I've not seen this tag. Here's a Bugatti with like the embroidered logo. I've never seen that. Just a basic one though. Those are going to be slower sellers for sure, but I'm not going to lose money on those. I'm still going to make money on those. Here we have a Travis Matthew polo. Just a basic one. Probably have to sell that one cheap to get it sold quickly, just because it's like so basic. And here's a little Travis Matthew button down. This probably sells better than the polos, if I had to guess, just because the polos are pretty saturated. Here's the Ted Baker shirt. I really have never picked up Ted Baker shirts. I think size 7 is 2XL, so decent size there. And here's another Ted Baker. This one's size 4, so that's probably size small. If size 7 is 2XL, does that make sense? 4 would be size small. I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing on that. And here we have 2 more Ted Baker shirts. Nothing really notable about either of those. Here we have a Ralph Lauren window pane plaid. This is the keyword on that. Size 18 neck. Just a bigger size. Probably like a 2XL, I think. Here we have a Vince button-down shirt. I don't know if I've ever bought and sold a Vince button-down shirt either. I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably a slower seller based on like other things I've sold, like sweaters and stuff. Here we have a spider jacket. I think this is kids. It says large, but it's way too small to be a men's large, so kids large. Here we have a Vineyard Vines dress shirt. Nothing too crazy there. Lots of stuff that's just going to sell for that $15 to $20 mark. And that's what you can expect with wholesale. You can't, expect to be making millions off of stuff that's just delivered straight to your door. Here we have a Robert Stock silk shirt. It has like a band collar or maybe like a blade collar. It's super lightweight. Like this wouldn't even weigh 3 ounces. Never heard of that, but it's cool. Here we have a Young LA button-up shirt. This is probably one of the better items just based on sell-through rate. Really good sell-through rate on this brand. It's like a pearl snap, actually. I didn't know they made pearl snaps. But that's probably pretty good. Here we have a Canali shirt. It's basic, so it's not going to sell super fast or for crazy money, but I mean, that's a really good brand. I'm not going to complain. Like if I got 250 Canali shirts for $5 a piece, I think everybody would do that. Here's a Young LA shirt with the tag still on. So that's got to be pretty good. I'd never sold Nua tags Young LA, but that's got to be pretty good. Marcus is here. What's up, man? Got to give a shout out to Dixon's Pickens. Another great channel, helpful channel. I like shouting out the people that are helpful. Thanks for being here, man. Good luck at the bins. Garcia's here, a newbie here. I've watched JRIDEs. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, when you're first starting, there's so much to learn. So I'm glad you're here. JRIDE's getting out of the clothing game. I don't know, slowly but surely, or maybe just surely. So I bought all of his shirts, about 250 of them. Here's a Mizzen and Main shirt. Looks like we're getting into some better stuff, which is cool. I mean, Nua tags, Young LA, that's really good. Mizzen and Main, I sell those for about $28 plus shipping. So that's great. Here we have an Affliction shirt. Man, I should have started with the bottom of this box. We're killing it now. Affliction is super in style right now. It's size 3XL pearl snap. That's a killer item. Here we have an Armani Exchange polo. Never picked it up, to be honest. It does have a nice little geometric pattern to it. So we'll see. Are those good? Have you guys ever sold Armani Exchange polos? Here we have a Columbia Omni Shade. It's a plaid one. Nothing too crazy, but I'll sell this quick. These sell really quick this time of year. Probably list it for $22.95 plus shipping and try to sell it for $20. If you've been with me from the beginning, appreciate you being here. I've been on here for an hour and 34 minutes. So if you've been here since the beginning, you're the real OGs. We got an Orvis fishing shirt. This is a style I don't mind selling in this brand. Like, of course, Orvis has really gone downhill since they went into Costco. But there's still some items that sell really well. And a vented fishing shirt is going to sell really well this time of year. I'm only going to get 15 to 20 for it, I would have to guess. But that's going to sell pretty quick. This is the time of year to be selling those. Okay, here we have a Tommy Bahama. The coconut point. When it says the model name under the Tommy Bahama, usually a good indication it's going to be a little bit better. It also has this V on it. Does anybody know what this V is? Is this a college? If that's a college, that could be really good. If it's just a random V, hopefully I can figure out what that is and it's something good. I don't know. Another Columbia. This one's not a vented fishing shirt, but it is like that camp style short sleeve button down. These are the kinds of items where I know I'm going to get 15 to 20 for it, so I'm fine. Like if this was 250 of these exact shirts, I'd be stoked. Like it's not like anything too exciting, but for my business, I know that I can sell these in 90 to under 90 to like 180 days at worst, 6 months. And to make my $10 profit and get out. Nathan says the V looked like Vanderbilt out of Nashville. That's what I was thinking too. What's up, Jared? Here we have an Untuck It. This is one of the long sleeve polos. I've never found a long sleeve polo from Untuck It, but I have sold the short sleeve polos pretty well. This has a geometric print on it. Geometric print polos right now, I can't keep them in my store. Here's a good one. Excuse me. Tommy Bahama Island Zone 2XLB. Great size. Of course, I wish it had some like, a better print or something like that. But if I saw this at the store for $4 or $5, I'd definitely be picking it up. Here's another Jamaican Jacks silk shirt. So we're getting to the bottom of this box. So this must be where the next box started. So this, like, if you think about him packing it up, like the Tommy Bahamas got packed. Then we ended off with a bunch of Tommy Bahamas and Jamaican Jacks. This feels like Mizzen and Maine. Is it? Oh, it's Untuck It, the Nylon Performance. I still pick these up. The Nylon Performance Untuck It's. Here's a cool print. What's this? How do you pronounce this? Maciu, size 2XL, geometric print. Really good pattern here. That's going to be a good one, I think. I think that's a good brand. I've never found it. I'm pretty sure that's a good brand with the flip cuff. All right, you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here, guys. Miss Lachey says, I've learned a lot about clothing from my buddies Sonny and Marcus. Sorry, guys. I'm with Caleb now. You can join all of our streams, all of our videos. I'm glad you're here, Miss Lachey. Marcus says, I'm cheating on myself with Caleb now, too. That's funny. You guys are too kind. All right, here we have a New At Tags Hickey Freeman all over print polo. This looks like the Costco tag, so this probably isn't going for crazy money, but decent brand, New At Tags, really good print, really good size. Not going to complain there. I've picked up stuff with that Costco tag before, and it sold just fine. So same thing with this Orvis. So I wonder if he bought these like from Costco when they were clearancing them off. Size large, good print, New At Tags. And here's another one, same size. So one listing, 2 items. That's great. Here we have a Johnny O polo. Let's see. It says A Coaches. Do we know this college? What's this A college? Or hopefully it's a college, not a high school. Good little bread and butter. That'll sell for about 20. Happy with that one. Here's a 511 tactical shirt. I didn't sell this exact one, but I just sold a 511 tactical shirt in like 2 days for 25 plus shipping. So I think that one's going to be good. Make sure you're looking up your style code on 511 tactical. Jared asks, do you do all your listings on the app or on the computer? I do all my listings on the computer. I just work faster on my computer. I think you can do it fast either way, but I just work faster on the computer. Here's a little vintage Tommy Bahama or Tommy Hilfiger button-up shirt. Definitely going to be a slow mover because there's nothing really unique about it. Here is a Nick Graham shirt. Stretch modern fit. Has anyone sold these? I've never picked this up. It has a nice performance-y material to it, so hopefully that's good. It does have like a taco stain. Somebody was wearing that at work. They had Taco Tuesday. They went for the side bite, and then it fell out of the back of their taco and right onto the, you guys know. If you used to work in corporate America and you had Taco Tuesday, we've all been there, Marcus says, your advice on style codes helped me sell 511 fast tack pants for full price quickly. Yeah, that's a great, excuse me, great brand for the style code. The 511 Tactical. It's very underrated. People are telling me that brand's washed up. That brand has like crazy sell-through rate in my store. So I'm glad it's working out for you. Here's a Columbia PFG vintage fishing shirt. I'm glad it's plaid. That'll help it sell a little quicker. Size tag is worn out. Let's see if it says the size down here. It doesn't. That one's pretty worn out. They'll probably have to sell pretty cheap. Last shirt of this box, Hive and Colony. This looks like a brand that could be worth $50 or could be worth absolutely nothing. Is this a good one? You guys ever found this? Hopefully it's one that's worth a lot of money. All right, guys. We made it through the holy box. Now we got to move on to the unholy box. Still got one more of these. What do you guys think of the deal so far? Let me know what you guys think. $4.50 an item. There was definitely some heavy hitters in that section there, like the Young LA with Newitt tags, a Young LA Pearl Snap. I mean, those are really going to help the average sales price of these items for sure. All right, we got another 511 Tactical right on top. If that's the same size, I might lot up with the other one. I think it's the same style. I need to lot these ones up to get through these items quicker. So I really need to do that. Here's a Jazzman. You guys ever heard of this? Jazzman. Little button-up shirt. Here's another one of those Robert Stock shirts. It's like super lightweight. You can like see through the material. Have you guys ever sold that? I mean, they look really cool. Heaven sent, glad I get to see a whole box open since I joined late. We're going to do the whole box. I do need to speed up, though. I've been spending all day out here. Art says, in my honest opinion, I think 400 plus would be better spent cherry picking at the thrift stores. I agree, but I already go out and thrift and spend as much as I can at the thrift stores on good items. So this is like, to me, it's not about having $400 or I spend $1,000. It's not about having $1,000. It's about having the time to go out and find these items. So I already go out and cherry pick all my thrift stores, but I can only find so many items, within a work day or a work week. Miss Lachey says, jury is still out so far. I give it a C. Wendy says, you should be able to double up and you did not have to leave the house. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Like right now, I am like full transparency, and I would tell this to JRIDE, so, whatever. Like, I do feel like there's more items with flaws than I expected, but I did expect there to be items with flaws, and they all were in like one section. So I wonder if like there were way less in that box than in the first box. So I wonder if he was just like throwing those in at the end. I'm not even counting to know, like he could have just thrown those in on top. So I haven't really done the math to figure everything out yet. But based on how that second box was, it was significantly better than the first box and had way less stains. So if this box is similar or maybe even better than the last box we just did, it could end up being a really great deal. But as of right now, it's just like, I know I'm going to make money on it. And it's a fair, it's a very fair deal so far. So I feel totally fine with the deal so far, but I'm hoping, excuse me, as we get through this last box, it'll actually be even better. What's up, Air Force Bro? Are there any countries that you exclude in your listings? No, I don't. On Levi's and Nikes, on Nua Tags, Levi's, and Nikes, there are certain areas that you should exclude for just the rules of eBay. But other than that, I don't really exclude countries. I'll just sell anything anywhere that eBay ships to through their international program. Etro, short sleeve button down. Don't really know anything about it. I know there's Eton and there's Enro, and then that's Etro. So I don't know how to like hierarchy those three brands. I know Eton is decent, like it'd be okay in this deal, for $5. Truth be blessed is here. What's up, man? Did you already say what you paid? I paid about $4.50 per item. $1,000. Here we have a little Wrangler shirt. It is pearl snap. It's not like vintage, but it is a little bit older. But I sell these for about $20. So perfectly fine with that. Burma. Oh, sorry. Burma Hawaiian shirt. No idea if that's good or not. There's a hole, but it's in the pocket, not in the shirt. So I think that can still be sold for 60 to 75% of the value. Etro has some expensive stuff, and I sold women's Etro, but never men's. Okay, well, hopefully it's good. Here we have a 3XL Wrangler Western Pearl Snap. Big size is great. Art says, thought you paid $4.50 for the whole haul. Yeah, that would have been a steal. That would have been $2 per item. That would have been a very, very good deal. Here's the Columbia fleece vest. Nothing crazy, but with the great keywords and the right timing, that's still, pretty easy sale. 15 to $20. I'll save it for fall. Josh says, I had to block the USA territories. If you had things as free shipping, those places counted as USA. Yeah, you know, with Ground Advantage and selling mostly clothing, I don't really get hit that hard. Like it's still like under $7 to send most items. So I'm not really too worried about it. But you're 100% correct. If you're sending like a golf club, for example, I don't have any listed right now, but as I hit garage sales, if I find some, I'll definitely sell them, and I will be excluding places for golf clubs because if I have to send to a territory, I can't use UPS, so it will be really expensive. Heaven Sent said, I've sold Etro for over 100, but has to be Paisley. Plain is 20 to 25. Hey, I'm fine with 25. Miss Lachey says, items to your door in bulk definitely has its benefits, plus getting things you don't normally come across. For sure. I wouldn't have sourced all these items if I didn't buy it in bulk. Here's a Marmot short sleeve button up. Nice little $20 item. It does have like more of a performance-y material to it. I can just tell by the feel. Patrick says, I think it's okay as far as a supplement to your other items and income. For sure. I would not like bank on this. And plus, I don't find these deals very often. But it's on top of what I'm already doing. Here we have a Polo Ralph Lauren Blake shirt. The Blake model does sell a little bit better than the regular ones. I usually only pick these up if it's a bigger size or an interesting pattern, but I'll still sell that for $20 because it's the Blake model. So I'm happy with that one. Here we have a Travis Matthew. This one has a cool little design across the front. So that one will sell a little bit better. I do have a friend that likes those in size large, so I'll offer that to him first. I think I mentioned that earlier. Okay, here we have a yellow Boy Scout women's shirt. This is very interesting. I've never seen this. It says official blouse. And it's yellow. Oh, this is the Den Leader shirt. So this is like Cub Scouts. Like it's still branded Boy Scouts. Or maybe, I don't know. Anybody an expert here? I mean, I think this will still be a good item. Probably $25. It's showing tan on the camera, but it's like bright yellow. It's super old. It's got cool patches on it. I think that's a good one. Here's another 511 Tactical. These short sleeve button downs are great. I sell them really quick. This one does have bleach wear in the armpits, but I think because it's for work, I can sell it cheaper for like 15. Still sell it. VF Solutions. Never heard of it. Oh, this is another Boy Scout shirt. I'm sure that sells decently then. It's like a vented fishing shirt style as well. So that probably does sell pretty decent. And here's just a regular Boy Scout shirt. This is youth medium. I don't pick up the youth ones, but it still probably sells for something. Probably 15 if I had to guess. Here we have a jersey. I don't really know if this is like legit. I don't really know jerseys, to be honest. It feels a little cheap. I'll have to send a picture of this to somebody that knows more about jerseys, to be honest. I just realized I said to be honest like 5 times, so forgive me. I'm getting wore out. We're 2 hours in here. Here we have an RLX geometric all over print. Great item. I love picking these up. I sell these for about 25. This does have the Talisker Club. So hopefully a good one. Hopefully, of course, that adds value, but even without, it has this cool geometric print on it. That would be a good seller. Cub Scouts are younger kids before Boy Scouts. Yeah, I did know that, but I didn't know what the patches meant. I didn't know if that was like a Cub Scout shirt or a Boy Scout shirt, but it says Boy Scouts, so I don't know. I'll look it up. It was bright yellow, which kind of threw me off. I've only seen them in tan and then navy blue for the Cub Scouts. So sunny Las Vegas is here. I think I missed you being in here earlier. What's going on, man? Welcome. Another reselling channel for you guys to check out. Sunny Las Vegas. Here's another Boy Scout shirt. Tags worn off of this one. I'm guessing this is a youth size. Yep, this is a youth size, but that one's a vintage one with the paper tag sewn in there. Here we have a Columbia PFG. It's like a vented polo. Never seen that. Got some schmutz on the collar, but I think it'll wash out. Here we have the Territory Ahead 2XL all over print. Really cool button-up shirt. That's a good one for sure, just because of that great print. Oh, it does have another Taco Tuesday. Somebody's taco right on their chest. Sonny's in the gym knocking out cardio for each $1 a push-up or sit-up for every $10 a mile of cardio. You're paying yourself? You got to get some motivation there. You're killing it, man. Here we have a vintage Arizona polo. Not something I would really think to pick up, but it does have a cool vintage style to it. So maybe I can keyword that and get it sold. Here we have a Pendleton cotton shirt. The cotton ones don't sell for that much, but at least the brand is good, so I can probably sell it a bit quicker. Here's another Boy Scout shirt. This one is size 16. So is that a women's? Not really sure. Oh, from what you invest in thrifting. It's a cool idea. All right, here we have a Life is Good t-shirt. Little motorcycle tee. Probably 15 bucks there. Here we have some Raw Gear sweatpants. I think these are actually really good. Is Raw Gear, is that one of the influencer brands? This could be one of the best items so far. Here we have a vintage Polo Assassins t-shirt. Here is a little football jersey, soccer jersey. Once again, I don't really know jerseys or how to authenticate them, so I usually just stay away. Here we have a little McDonald's quarter zip uniform shirt. Here we have a vintage Boy Scouts long sleeve shirt. It's got this cool embroidery on it. Look at that. That's sweet. It says Explorer here. I don't know if that's good, to be honest. I've never found anything like that. Here we have a canvas vest from Scully. Oh, this is a great item. A Scully canvas vest. This is a good one, guys. Definitely be picking that up. Easy says Robinho, is that how you say that? Was a good Brazilian player. Okay. I hope so. I hope it's an authentic jersey. Heaven Sent said Boy Scout shirts are good. Yeah, I usually pick them up. I pick up women's and youth too. Not as good, but I still pick up in the rack stores. Okay, sweet. Here we have a Vineyard Vines tee, just a long sleeve tee. Just a basic one. But I sell these for $15, so I'm cool with that. There is a little hole where the pocket connects, so we'll have to see how bad that is. Pink and Dolphin. You guys ever heard of this? Never heard of it. No idea. We got some shorts. The new Ivy with the Madras plaid. No idea here either. Never heard of it. Here we have a Nike dry fit polo with the U.S. soccer team. That probably would do pretty well. It's got like these vents on the side as well. It is size small, not the best size. Here we have some zero exposure board shorts. Not something I would pick up, but something I can definitely sell. Pink Dolphin is urban wear, hit or miss. Okay, we'll have to look up that shirt then. Here we have some Roka leggings. Once again, I don't really look at the women's activewear, so I have no idea if that's good. Here's some Columbia Omni Shield cargo shorts. Those have some bleach marks on them, but hopefully, somebody's just buying them for, the performance materials. Here's some Tommy Bahama linen shorts in plaid. Those are a nice $20, $25 sale. I would pick those up at the thrift store if I saw them for that price. Here's a Wingstop employee shirt. No idea if that's good. I've never found that before. Looks like a women's maybe, because it seems short. Achilles says Columbia gross. Columbia was one of my top 10 selling brands. If you check out my top 10 brands, not saying it's an amazing brand, but I sell it I sell a ton of that brand. So could be worse. Here's some Peter Christian pants. Another brand I've never heard of. Size 34, 34. That has potential. The tag looked cool. Hopefully it's good. Can anybody tell what this is just from the back? When I see this, I think Vineyard Vines. It's not. It's not Vineyard Vines. I just thought this was like... When I see this pattern, I think Vineyard Vines. It's actually an Alan Edmonds shirt. I've never sold the apparel. Hopefully the brand recognition is strong enough to still be decent. Achilles says, I only sell certain ones from Columbia most of the time as a low sell-through rate. Yeah, I only pick up certain ones, but just picking up the certain ones, I still was able to sell it over 100 times in the last 15 months. Okay, here we have a Revit jacket. I'm guessing this is a motorcycle thing. I can't tell what's the inside and the outside, to be honest, because it's all twisted up. Here we go. So this is like a liner for a motorcycle jacket. So yeah, motorcycle riding stuff usually does really well for me. I have no idea. I've never seen this brand, but I would have to guess that's one of the better items. Here we have a Callaway quarter zip. I sell these for about 20 bucks, so that still fits the metric. Here's some Nike SB shorts. The condition is kind of iffy, but these are a really cool style. So I can still probably get 15 for those. Here's the Duluth fleece-lined bomber jacket. In the winter, I sell these for 40 bucks. So really happy about that. Not going to sell now very well, but that's a good item. Here we have a Merlin jacket. Never heard of this brand, to be honest. It says made in Scotland. So you guys know anything about Merlin? Let me know. Here's a Ted Baker sweater. A bread and butter item. Here's a Columbia fleece jacket from the Field Gear line. Okay, here we have a mizzen and main. Looks like a women's blouse. New tags. I'll have to look into that. That could be good. I mean, new tags, mizzen and main. It's probably going to be pretty decent. And there's a few of these in here. So there's 1, 2, 3 at least. Here we have another Columbia fleece vest. Nice $20 sale in the fall. I like the color on that, the beige color. We have more of these Orvis fishing shirts, a bunch of them in size large. And some in size medium. Those will be nice multi-quantity listings. Here we have a new without tag because it has this thing. Spider. Little Spider performance item. Collar, Kollar. This looks like a brand I would look up if I saw, but I've never seen it. So it's a nice button-up pearl snap. Really cool style on it with the double pockets, almost like a work shirt style. Vineyard Vines flannel. A Vineyard Vines Tucker shirt. Just basic plaid. Worth Motive. You guys ever heard of that? Never heard of this brand, but it feels high quality. It's like a pearl snap flannel. Hoping that one's good because it feels high quality. Carrie's here. Hey, Carrie. I'm predicting this may be your most watched video for resellers that listen to other resellers while listing. Good length for that purpose. Congrats on the 6K mark. Thanks so much for saying that. Hey, I hope people check it out. I feel like it's been pretty long, so hopefully I got my coworkers come through and watch this. Here we have a Patagonia flannel. Love to see that. You know, this is going to be probably 35 bucks. So considering, you know, what I paid, you know, this pays for, you know, 5, 6 other items that I purchased. So finding a couple gems like that, the Young LA, the Mizzen and Main, those ones pay for so many of the other items, so I can afford to wait them out while they sell. Here's a Twillery. This brand is not as good as it used to be, but honestly, still pretty good. I would definitely pick this up for $5 at the thrift. I do see there's a little stain on the front here, so once again, hopefully we can get that out. Here's a Viella shirt. I've only found this one other time, and I had a really hard time selling it, but typically this is a good little shirt brand. It is a wool blend, which is kind of what they're known for, doing a cotton wool blend on their casual button-down shirts. So hopefully I'll have better luck on that one. But in theory, it should be pretty good. Here we have a North Face, like performance quarter zip. This is the flash dry line, so hopefully that'll help it sell quicker. Here we have a Polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve flesh pony polo shirt. I sell these for $25.95 plus shipping, and I've sold like 3 of them in the last month, and I have 0 listed in my store. So that's going to be a good item that sells quick. Here we have a Nike ThermaFit St. Louis Cardinals pullover. Nice little collaboration. If you watch my top 10 brands video, one of the bread and butters in my store are Nike items from the upgraded lines combined with sports teams. So that really fits my metric. I'll probably list that for about 30 because it is a little bit heavier weight. Another Woolrich fleece. Probably sell in the fall. Achilles, the pony that has like the brown and the different colors and looks like an actual horse color, that's called the flesh pony. That's a good keyword. Here's a lightweight Woolrich flannel. Sorry, 2 hours in, I'm starting to stutter. I'm trying to get through this box here. We got another Woolrich flannel. Just cotton ones. The wool flannels can sell really well. But I don't mind these little bread and butter, Woolrich flannels. I sell them for $20 in the fall. Here's a Mountain Hardwear long sleeve button up. Never found this brand in a long sleeve button up, but I would guess it's good for a $15 to $20 sale, just because of the high reputation for the high quality outdoor apparel in that brand. And here's another one. This one has more like that performance-y, vented fishing shirt vibe. Here's a 511 tactical long sleeve polo. This is probably not one I would pick up just because it's basic. It doesn't have all the utility pockets and all those tactical features. But I'll still be able to, probably sell this just because of the brand, 511 tactical. Probably a slower seller and not for as much as those more tactical pieces. Here we have a vintage-esque Reebok windbreaker, size 2XL. Probably about $15. Haven't had too much luck with Reebok unless it's really vibrant. Here's a vintage windbreaker. Random brand, I'm guessing, but the style alone can sell this for $20. Nice, cool vintage, retro-y, 80s, 90s colors, all that good stuff. Here's a vintage quilted lined shacket, a flannel shacket. It's from the men's store at Sears, so the brand's not going to help this, but keywords and knowing how to sell these in the fall and winter, I sell those for $20 to $25, even without a brand in the fall and winter. Dravis, never really heard of this brand. Windbreaker jacket. Seems like kind of like a Marshall Z brand, just based on the feel. So probably nothing too crazy there. Okay, we made it to the very last item. The very last item is a Triumph motorcycle jacket liner or vest. Honestly, don't really know much about this other than Triumph is a motorcycle company, and this looks like an insert for like a jacket or a vest. So I'm guessing that's exactly what it is. Well, if you have made it here from the beginning, we've made it 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you're watching the replay and you made it this far, huge props to you. I'm very impressed. But thank you so much for being here. I'm going to get off here, do a little bit of listing, and get ready to finish out the rest of my day. But thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you guys in the next one. And if you haven't checked out the top 10 brands video, make sure you do that.